Does coaching really work? Does your AI sourcing system really work? What kind of results can I expect to get? How soon will I get a deal? And the number one reason why this client actually decided to leave me. That's what I've got to discuss in this video. So I get a lot of questions from people reaching out, asking me the things that I've just mentioned. So I thought, let me shoot this video and give you a bit of an outline. So if you're watching this, you're wondering who on earth is this guy? I'm Azir Thatcher. This is my Instagram, Sourcing with Azir. Go there and check me out. That's one of the best places to reach out and get hold of me. And I've got a YouTube channel, which I'm kind of sticking some videos on. I'm not really doing too much at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to be doing much more moving forwards. But if you have a look at Sourcing with Azir, you better see some interviews that I've got with clients and see what's got to say. So now on the screen is our free online community, Property Sourcing Secrets community, which you can, there's lots of training and things like that that you can do there. To level up your knowledge, especially if you're a beginner at property investing. It's a really good place to go. And if you're actually sourcing in a more efficient way, then again, this is a great place to go. So the question, I got this message from a client. I've blanked out his name, but you can go on the YouTube channel that I just showed you to see an interview where he kind of talks about his experience and we interview him. And here's the thing. It took him 10 weeks to do his first deal. Okay, and now a lot of people come to me and they say, oh, Zoo, how long am I going to take to get a deal? Everybody's different, right? And I just want to point this out, that it took him 10 weeks to get his first deal. Now, he sold this for £5,000, which is fantastic. And he was like, it was kind of like another load came after that. So he ended up doing, I think it was 5 deals in less than 4 months. So not bad, 5 grand a pop, 25 grand, happy days. But this is him reaching out to me the middle of this month, or a couple of weeks ago, sorry. And this is what he's had to say. This is a bit of an update. So he said, hope all's well. Thought I'd give you an update on where I am. I'm currently on the verge of selling my first flip, which will be about £30,000 profit. He said that he's got, he said that he's got, I'm trying to do this as a line. He said that he's got, in fact, let me just use this brush here. Go with that. Yeah, so here you can say he's got 5 investors, 3 of which are willing to invest in his projects for a 10% return. Now, I know that one of his investors, I believe, has got £450,000, which is crazy when you think about it. It means you don't have to go to the bank. It means you don't have to go through Bridget. It means you can literally just go to your investor and buy a property. And I think most properties in the UK are around 200,000, 250,000 or thereabouts. I think 200,000 and 300,000, depending where on the country that you're looking to buy. So you can literally buy that property, and then you've got another £100,000 to, or he has, to be able to fix up that property, maybe do an extension, go up into the loft, really add some real value to that property. Then he can put it back on the market to someone who's a second or third time buyer. And then so family that's looking to upgrade, needs more space, and they can buy that newer, bigger house. And so he's able to sell it for the full retail value. So he's bought it at one price, added value to the property, and then he can then sell that on and make a really good profit. And from that profit, he has to then, he pay his investor back and then pay his investor back a 10% return. He's got 3 of those people. So many people think that, oh, I can't get into property because I lack the funds. Well, the reality is you lack the knowledge on how to provide enough value to the marketplace for them to reward you or compensate you with the money that you think that you lack. So if you get the knowledge and you actually apply the knowledge, you can get some amazing results if you've got the right system, the right strategy, and the right support around you. That's one of the things I've learned over the 20 plus years of being in property and going on a lot of training courses. I do some stuff that's online, or I do some stuff and try and figure it out my own. I go into a weekend workshop or something like that. And it ends. If there's no ongoing support, you're going to naturally have questions, especially when you're learning something new. Some people think, oh, just give me your software and I'll be able to go and run with it. Great. Yes, if you're at a certain level. If you're not at a certain level, just get in the software. I don't even know what it's like. It's like having a car and having 0 driving instructions, and you've just watched someone play a computer game. You haven't even done it yourself, right? So you've had no driving lessons, whatever. Well, you've got the car, fantastic, but you can't go from A to B. You don't even know about clutch control yet. Maybe you're driving an automatic and that might be a way around it. Fine, whatever. But the point I'm really trying to make is that when you're learning something new, you're going to feel uncomfortable, you're going to have questions, and you're going to need to reach out to someone for help. And if you're not able to get that help in real time, as in you don't want to send someone an email and wait days and weeks for a reply, you don't want to have to put your thing in a Facebook group or a school group and then wait ages to get a reply. You don't want to do that kind of stuff. You actually want to reply literally at least the same day, right? And that's what part of what makes our program a lot different to a lot of other people's. Not just sat in some WhatsApp group as well, where you post a question, then your question just disappears into the ether because it's buried by lots of other people's questions and answers and all that kind of stuff. Quite challenging. But if we look at what Ems has got here, he's saying we've got a BRR project. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's buy, refurb, refinance, and then rent out and refinance. So basically, you buy a property at a discount, you refurbish it to increase the value of the property, and then you put a mortgage on the place so that you can pull out the majority, if not all of your money back out. And you have tenants in there paying the debt on the property. So they don't actually cost you anything. You have good cash flow. So whatever rent's coming in, minus the expenses, that bit in the middle, that's that profit. That's what we call cash flow in property. So he's got that he's keeping himself, so he's going to really have pretty much no money left in that deal. So that's infinite return on investment. He said he's got another flip project that he's working on with the builder, which is fantastic because when you think about it, you find the project, the builder goes in, does all the work, all that kind of stuff, and then you can sell the property or refinance the property, whatever. And then when you get your money, that's when you can then pay the builder. So that's a huge bit of cost saving right there. So imagine being able to get a property with just the deposit required to get the property. The builder does all the work, and then you sell the property, and then from the pro to the sale, you're able to then pay back the builder and all the rest of it. And remember, he's got an investor as well. So the money, initial seed capital can come from that investor. He can then have a builder that does all the work, and he's just there really project managing and facilitating a few things. And then when everything's gone through, that's when everyone gets paid, including himself. So it's crazy what can be achieved in this game. Here he said, we've got one property that we're about to purchase in September. This is a flip, which also has a piece of land. They can build a new property on it. Imagine that. That's a 2-for-1. So you buy a house that's got a big piece of land next to it that you can buy a whole nother house on it. And this property is a flip, which means you can then title split, you can split things, and then you buy this property, you fix it up, and you sell it, and you make some profit there, and you still got the land. You still get to keep the land, which you can then be building on as well. And don't forget, he's got investors that will lend him money to be able to do the build of that. So you could have one refurbishment going on as one build's going on as well. Absolutely bonkers what you can achieve through property. And if that's not life-changing or game-changing, work or strategy or whatever, I don't know what is. Here he's saying we're on the verge of buying a commercial residential property that will be a commercial space, so I guess a shop at the bottom with 2 flats that will be perfect for an Airbnb. Fantastic. So you've got this commercial unit that's going to be paying you good money, good rents on that, and then you've got Airbnbs that are running as well. This is fantastic. It's what we call a mixed use building. And then he said we've developed great relationships with estate agents who seem to be giving us properties before they even go on the market. So imagine that. That's crazy. So people, you're doing so well, and people know you've got active buyers and you're really invested in the market. People are giving you deals. They're literally throwing you deals. It's absolutely crazy. And he even says it here. Yeah, a bit crazy. We're absolutely slammed for time. All good stuff, though. Here's the kicker. He's saying to me, if you look here, upon reflection, whilst we've learned a lot, and it's a great tool, we feel that we're not making the use of it at the moment, and that we're just going to put it on pause whilst we catch up. So he's basically politely telling me that, hey, Azu, I started with you in November in 2024. It's now August 2025. I've got that many deals coming through. I've got that many things coming through, and people are bringing me deals all the time that I don't even need your software anymore. I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to put a pause. And he's apologizing. And later on through the chat, you'll see me saying, I'm so happy for you. Because here's the thing. A lot of these big gurus, a lot of these big companies, it's like, they understand that the most expensive customer is the first customer. So in order to make their revenues, they must sell their existing customers more courses, more programs, more things. And I can't blame them, right? Because they're actually still adding value. So they'll tell you they'll start off with sourcing, and then they'll start off with rent to rent, and there'll be HMOs and development and this and this and this and this and this. And it's all fantastic. But as someone who's learning, you're overwhelmed by all this stuff. And I believe the saying is a person that chases 2 rabbits ends up with none, right? So you start off with sourcing, you learn all these other things, and it's quite hard, don't get me wrong. Sourcing is not magic. Even the software we've got, you don't press a button and magic happens. You still have to do a lot of hard work. But imagine this. You've got this thing and it's quite hard, and then someone else tells you about the results they're getting and how amazing it was, and then you get distracted and you do that strategy and then another strategy and another strategy, and then one coach tells you do it this way and do it that way, and you go on YouTube and they say, and you get absolutely confused and overwhelmed. And that is why in our business we focus on one thing: property sourcing, doing it remotely, which means you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home. Simply, what we do is we bring motivated sellers, bring in landlords, and we also bring in property investors. And we do that by leveraging technology. So we have our AI sourcing system that goes out and finds the people, qualifies those people, books appointments in your diary, allowing you to focus on the number one thing that make the biggest difference to your business. And that is having meaningful conversations directly with the people that want to do business with you. So whether that's someone who's a homeowner that's motivated to really sell their house and they're open to selling at a really good price on really good terms, those are the people you want to be speaking to. Not begging estate agents to come around and show your house that needs a little bit of work doing to it, where you can flip or anything like that. You don't want to be focused on all those kind of things. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying it's not as effective or efficient as it used to be. We are now moving forward. AI is coming out with all this other kind of fanciful stuff. There's all this tech and things that will help us. And a lot of the tech focuses on looking at stuff that's already on the market, like Rightmove and things like that, and tell you, oh, it's been on with this agent 6 times, or it's been on with that agent off and on, or it's been on the market for ages, and this is probably most likely a deal. Those tools and software, fantastic, great for them. And I'm sure it works a treat. Same as letters work a treat, flyers work a treat, all that stuff works a treat. But you know what works better? Talking to the person that's the decision maker. If you want to buy a house and you want to buy it at a discount, or you want to buy on terms that allow you to do things like lease options, assisted sales, installment contracts, anything like that, then you need to speak to the homeowner. The agent's not really going to help you out with that. You want to really be talking to the homeowner. And that is what our program does. We really help you be able to know what to say and take you from Azoo, I don't have a clue of what to do, all the way through to I know exactly what to do. So taking something from getting first contact with someone that wants to do business with you and being all the way through to being able to put that under contract. That is what we do in our program. This is what we showed Ems. And 9 months later, he's now saying, thank you so much. I've now leveled up. I'm now moving to the next level. The game of property investing is about levels. The beginning, sourcing, in my humble opinion, and of course I'm going to be a little bit biased, but in my humble opinion, sourcing is the number one strategy, because you're going to spend your time, or you spend your money trying to find deals. All these strategies that you do don't work unless you're able to find the deals in the first place. That's sourcing. Now, if you want to package it up and sell it on to someone else, that's a different strategy called deal packaging, really. But the actual essence of sourcing, finding the deals, or finding the landlords, or finding the investors, finding the money, that there is sourcing, and we are really good at it. And if you'd like to know more, then I'm going to leave a link below this video where you can click to go and watch a video that takes it into more details. And if you want to know what working with us looks like, there'll be more information on that page where you can book a session with either myself or a member of my team. We'll be able to walk you through it and see if you'll be a good fit for the program. And if you are, fantastic, I'd love to work with you. If not, no problem. We'll try and come up with at least a game plan that will take you from where you are now to where you want to be, so you can go away and implement that game plan yourself. Hope you found this video really useful. I'm about to bounce to my next appointment right now, and my name is Azir Thatcher. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.